What's up, everybody? I just want to freaking talk about the stuff I kept after deleting 80% of my free plugins. As a struggling artist, as a inconsistent brokey artist that can't spend much on gear, especially plugins, I'm gonna tell you all the good ones that I kept, okay? And you can mention stuff in the comments about any plugin or whatever. I'll tell you if I've used it before, whatever, or whatever. So anyway, if you are a broke artist that is into guitar-centric stuff at all, okay, you need a neural amp modeler. It gets closer than like the neural stuff, than the fractal stuff, than the Kemper stuff, than the Helix stuff. It does better than all of them. Even better than Tonex, apparently. So definitely go for this. I mean, I have analog amps, and if I were you, if I was neural amp modeler is free, and the next cheapest way to get great tone is analog amps, okay? This thing was $80 and it gets the edges of the tone, the depth, the articulation. I haven't really heard digital amp modelers that I've tried. The Axe 8, the Helix stuff. I've tried the Kemper. None of that really comes close to the amp in the room sound. It's the guitar speaker. It's analog stuff interacting with each other with a guitar speaker that still digital isn't really there yet, unless you're talking about recorded tones. I'm talking about tones that's in your computer, you know what I'm saying, not in the room kind of things. Neural amp modeler can't do the in the room sound, you know what I'm saying, but as far as recorded tones, or like tones through a PA, and neural amp modeler is the best, apparently. And I have a suspicion that all the amp modelers and capture devices that you pay for nowadays are going to probably use something like the technology in this to get their stuff closer to the free thing. So, amazing. And as far as not guitar-centric stuff, well, we're going to go ahead and talk about another, like, bone that's been thrown to us brokies, and that's Air Windows plugins in general. You can get the standalone plugins, but I get the Air Windows consolidated because look at my favorites list. A lot of these come real close to, like, stuff that I've demoed, like paid demo stuff. Yeah, anyway, and his filters are unique. His sounds are unique. I just went ahead and got the Air Windows consolidated because I wanted it a lot. You know what I mean? His inflamer is amazing. It's like the Oxford inflator, but I like this one. The inflamer is great. The Logical 4 is, it's like the SSL style compression, and it does a really good job. And so, like, you know, they're not the prettiest, but I don't care about pretty. I care about the sound that I'm getting. And there is some free plugins that I'm about to show you that are pretty and sound great. And Air Windows just has a lot of good stuff, and they all sound insanely good. It's the best, the only, like, tape saturation that I've liked. And I'm talking about free stuff here. All the free tape simulations and stuff like that. I kind of gave up on it and started using other alternatives to tape sound. But to Tape 8, and then there's another one called Tape Hack. Oops, crap. Oh, Seriously 3 is really great stereo. This was my second favorite stereo tool, next to Menzla stereo tool, which I will show you real fast, just because that came up. This one, guys, this is a really great stereo tool. And if you're using free drums, most free drums need a little help with the stereo feel. They sound a bit mono or small, whatever. This is my favorite stereo tool because you get left-right delay and mid saturation, side saturation. You can change it from saw clipping to foldback to rectify to polycrush to shaper, and you got mix knobs over here, and yeah, just insanely good free stereo tool. He also has a really nice sounding synth called the MS2. Great thing. But yeah, Era Windows Consolidated has amazing sounds. Hit stuff like the where is it? Smooth EQ2. I think these are like very special sounding filters, okay? This one especially has been really helpful. Really helpful actually with guitar sounds, and when I'm having to mess with synth sounds and there's a bunch of bad frequencies coming out of my this thing helps a bunch. Anyway, so let's move on to non guitar centric instruments, and then we'll get back into enhancement plugins and EQ and compression and stuff. I want to talk about the Vital synth is something that you need to get if you don't have waveform. Even if you do have waveform, I still think you need to grab this. And let's see, where's the Cyclops from? Because somehow Dawson and Traction have something, I don't know, but this Attractive plugin was on the same page as the Cyclops plugin, and between these two, I freaking love it. And Traction Waveform has its own oscillator. We go to Waveform right here, go to Instruments, the 4-osc. So you can do like 4 oscillators instead of like, Vital has 3. And this one has 4. And this is only with Traction, right? But I just want to show you it real fast since this is a DAW exclusive thing. It's saw, you can add like 4 saws together, and for a sine, saw, triangle, square wave, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of variation in this, and it's all really good sounding. And they have really good presets too, you know what I mean? So, anyway, between all those, I don't have Vital anymore, is what I'm saying. Between the Attractive synth that has a bunch of good stuff, between the Cyclops from Dawson that has a bunch of good stuff, and the stuff that came with waveform free, great. But Vital is another one, because I did play it, it's really good. And from Native Instruments, this is a very unique sounding thing, because you can do these little animators, or like it's like an automation through a pattern, and you pick 4 different settings basically on it, and it automates itself through those over time. You can slow it down and speed it up, and it's really nice. The Massive X Player may make sounds that only the Massive X Player can sound like. So that's why I have it, and I love it. And that's why I love the 4-osc from Waveform. And yeah, there's a Rompler and the Waveform stuff that's really good with drums and stuff. And yeah, like really good stuff out there. Sorry, I probably scared you. Yeah, I have the sound going. Anyway, what's some other things I could show you guys? Let's go down my favorites. Era Windows Consolidated. Oh, the Be Sure. So, is there any other mic emulations out there that are free? I'm not sure, but this is the Be Sure 87. Very insanely good. Well, I don't know. It's a U87 emulation, and I freaking love it. It does help it out. Like, the only mic I have is an SM57. Well, this is really all you need. But the only mic I have is an SM57, and when it's recorded, it seems very mid-forward, and in the upper mid, it's like focused. It's focused. That's what this is. It has very good clarity, and I really like the detail that SM57s just have, but it can be very focused, and that's what this Analog Obsession plugin fixes. I think this is not even a VS3, maybe a VS2, but dude, I'm telling you, this thing is insane. What I like to do is keep the emulation all the way on 10, give it a little bit more output, and you can add the direct signal in like this. So I'll have it like, you know, maybe almost halfway in the direct sound with the emulation, and I'm telling you, I really, really enjoy whatever that does. There is some quirks of this since it's a VS2, like when I record and the track goes empty, like there's an empty space in the track, I might hear a wee noise or something. It's kind of weird. There's quirks to some of these things, but I'm telling you, I really like the detail and stuff this brings out. Okay, so anyway, like I said, Neural Amp Modeler is freaking amazing. You know, I had stuff in there that I just can't have, and freaking love it. Let me show you some stuff real fast. So I got it downloads. You can get pedals in this, like the Does It Doom Baghdad. Can't afford that right now, but I have a Neural Amp Modeler, the Proco Rat 2. The PV Standard Mark III is a huge amp head that I could probably afford, but I don't have the space, right? The Diesel VH4, I mean, I can't afford that, so that's great to have that. I got an Alnico Cream Open Back IR. Got the more cream back in a Jet City 2x12. Roland JC, the Bad Lynx 50 with the EL34s. I wanted that to mix with my analog amps the analog amp that's a 6L6, so I can mix those sounds together. Love that. Got the orange Rockerverb Mark III with the cab and PRS Archon. Like, you can't afford those. How great is that? Anyway, getting back to let's talk about some more Analog Obsession ones that you need to freaking know about. The Brit-Pre I freaking love. It is one of my favorite saturation plugins, and I stick it right after my Audient ID14 preamp. If it's not after the B-Shore, I might have the B-Shore then the Brit-Pre, but if I'm recording with guitar and stuff like that, I'll stick this Brit-Pre right after, you know, the preamps on my interface and turn the mic, because like this mic button does something with the saturation. It's a little different. Maybe, I think it adds a little bit more. I'm not sure. But yeah, this thing's been a lifesaver too. I love the way this sounds. It really does give it add some color to my cheap interface. Even though the preamps in the Audient sound good. I've played with some cheaper interfaces and listened to the sound as the gain knob goes up, and I wouldn't hear the tone fill out. With the Audient preamps, the tone does fill out. So I'm very happy with these. I'm very happy with them. And I'll just, like I said, add 10 to 20 dB of the Brit-Pre coloring to it. Yeah, so that's another got to have from Analog Obsession. The B-Shore 57. Go on and get that for some reason. I haven't seen any other mic emulations that are free that are good, right? So yeah, us people that only have one mic or one kind of mic or cheap mics, The B Shore that only works with SM57s. The B Shore 87 from Analog Obsession only works with SM57s. But yeah. So the Brit Pre, the ED comp, bro. This is my favorite vocal plugin in just general. It's like he did market it towards vocal compression, but it does some EQing as it does compression. So I'm having to use way less de-essing, and I don't use another. A lot of people use several compressors for vocals. I'll only use this one and just fucking turn it all the way up, like output amount, just turn it all the way up and then mess with the mix a little bit, and then the E, and just keep it on the ED because that does the de-essing and stuff like that you absolutely need for vocals. And so one more look, let's look at one more round of Analog Obsession stuff. The Gunner and Zuba, that's guitar effect pedals. The Zuba, I'll show you real fast what that is. That's just it's a fuzz, and it sounds great. It works. I love this when I'm using this with the Sign Player. I'll have this one with strings, and it sounds good. It does. It sounds like I can make nice doom music with this thing, and with that and the neural amp modeler, yeah, I'm set as far as guitar stuff in the box. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, and one more look at the Analog Obsession stuff. The La La. I love the La La. I love the La La more than there's a Universal Audio version of whatever. This is the La La is the LA2A, and I've tried the Universal Audio LA2A. I like this one just as much. Anyway, so yeah. Any other Analog Obsession ones that I want to talk about? The Myth Pre is pretty good. The Fet Snap is a very, you grab this one because I think I haven't heard anything that does like this. It's like, it brings brightness in like the OTT, but for analog stuff. I don't know how to explain it. This snap dial right here and this tone are very, very powerful. And what I'll do is I'll boost the brightness up to like just 65% because I want, I don't want it too bright. And then I'll turn this snap pretty high, like, right there or something. And I'll have the mix way down. I'm talking like 11 and 9%, 10%. Never past 30% or anything. But man, this has a really insanely good sound. You're just gonna have to try this thing. You're gonna have to try this thing, and just like I said, turn the mix. It's default at 100%. Turn it all the way down, and then turn these dials a little bit. Push these dials a little bit. Maybe even the output just a little bit, and then add a little of the mix until it sounds great. I love the Fat Snap on drums because of that snap. The snap feature for pick attack and for drum head sounds, insanely good. All right, let's move on. The Variety of Sound stuff, man. There's stuff in Variety of Sound that I wish I could have downloaded, but I can't download right now. Pisses me off. But the ones you can go to their site and get, there's a few that are not available right now. I don't know why. Anyway, this is my favorite Transformer sound. I love this sound. I love it. It's my favorite Transformer emulation saturation. It's the Tesla SE. This one has color saturation limit at the bottom. I think that maybe because it's Mark III, but every time I see a video on this, it's labeled different down here. This is the one that I have and love. And yeah, great one. freaking great one, dude. And let's see, what's another variety of sound? One. The boot EQ sounds amazing. Yeah, we'll show you that one real fast because it is just good. You can turn on and off the EQ part, right? But I really like the way the EQ sounds. There's vintage and modern tube. You can see a little tube in there. And drive, I'll keep the drive at like little past 6. And yeah, and have it on modern. That I really like the saturation this has. This may be my favorite tube saturation sound. Is that right there. Okay, and the last one I want to talk about from Variety of Sound is this. Holy crap. This is maybe the best sounding tape delay emulation I've ever heard. I really do like the... If you want to be different and not have the Valhalla delay, I would go for this one because this is like I said, this is the best sounding tape delay I've ever heard. It has chorus, color, modulation, feedback, dual mono. Yeah, there's a lot to this little one. And like I said, God, I love the sound of this. I didn't realize it's the edges of the repeats. Like when I use other delays, the edges of the repeats, the tonal edges, aren't there. Especially sounding analog. I'm not sure if I even have heard guitar effect pedals sound anywhere as good as this tape delay right here. The Nasty DLA 3. Insane delay delay effect. Definitely try that one. Definitely try that one, and you'll believe me after trying it and trying like the DAW, whatever DAW you're using, use that delay. Now dial that same delay pattern in the DLA 3 by Variety of Sound. You will agree with me. And you could do this for free. Try it. Anyway, I do have the Eventide Temperance Light. I do like it a lot, but it does sound to me like it's really just synth pads mixed in with reverb. And the synth pads are just very reverb sounding like or whatever. But this was free. I'm not sure if it's still free right now. If it's not, don't be that upset about it. Again, it's not... Maybe the pro version is a little different, but it just sounds like synth pads behind the reverb, and you can kind of mix it. It just sounds like synth pads to me. Not like... Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but... And I really, really like Eventide. It sounds nice, but, yeah. I'm not sure if it's like the biggest game changer that people are making out to be. Zylinch, if you look down here, I dig this guy. He has like my favorite non-look ahead, non-brick wall limiter. Like a clipper limiter. This is my favorite one. The XM limiter by Zylinch. And this is free, yeah. And he has a few of them, like he has a tape simulation. He has an EQ and a compressor. I like the EQ compressor, and I really like the limiter. I'm not sure if a clipper limiter. I'm not sure if I have another one because I like this one so much. Okay, so definitely look out for this guy. He has good sounding freaking plugins for free. It's donation, and please, I have donated a few times. I am going to do more donation. I haven't donated to Zylinch yet, but I really hope he continues making plugins because, like I said, the mastering compressor, good sound out of these things. All right, and we're going to look at my favorites again to what I kept. Okay. Vox Samples has some good stuff, and I'm pretty sure this was explained to me as this only saturates even harmonics. So this is a very clean sounding saturation that I'm able to stack with other distortion saturation algorithms without too many issues. And I really like where this fattens it up in the signal. This is really great for vocals. I think that's what it was meant for, was a vocal saturator. It's a really good one. It looks funny. It sounds really good. Yeah, it only does even harmonics, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, like I said again, you can stack that one. And let's see, Waves. Waves has free plugins. I got the Magma Stress Box. It sounds great. But if you're using OBS like I am, or any kind of streaming stuff, get the Waves free plugins, because you can use VS3s in there. And I'm doing it right now, and I need to see if there's latency. The only thing I have right now is the V-comp on my vocals, and so hopefully there won't be latency when I go back over this video, because if there is, it's going to show up right now. Anyway, so grab the Waves free stuff so you can use VS3s in the OBS system. And and you can use the V-comp and really good Waves plugins. And I haven't found anything that replaces the OTT, guys. And this is the version I got. There's like another one that looks different. I love this thing. I'm not sure if it's any different from the other one, and I've already been told that the Ableton version of this has more variety or something. You can dial it in easier, better, whatever. Anyway, most people only mess with the depth. I use the high, mid, lows a lot. Like, I love pushing the highs a little bit, pushing the lows a little bit, and then using the depth knob. And I'll push up the upward expansion a little bit. Yeah, this thing, I haven't found anything to replace this. The ones that tried to replace this thing, guys, this thing has issues, phase issues or something, but that issue is why this sounds like it does, and why it sounds so big. I think is those issues. If it wasn't the way it was, it wouldn't sound like it does. And yeah, I haven't found anything to replace the OTT yet, guys. If you got an idea, throw it down there. I found things that sort of can replace it, like AP mastering. We'll talk about that one. The AP mastering versatile compressor. It's not a multi-band compressor, but the reason why I talked about it and OTT together is this feedback knob right here, which adds some high-end stuff in the high end, that some character that sounds great. And the inertia part, like I'll stick it at like 9, 10. This is a really good compressor. And I think it is character compressor. It's not clean. Well, you can make it clean, but you can make it dirty. Look at the ratio, it goes to 20. It's nice. I really actually, and you got the ceiling right here. You can really squash. You can do sound design stuff with the AP Mastering versatile compressor, but you can also do insanely nice sounding analog sounding compression with it, character compression with it. And I would love to try the curvature. I just can't buy it yet. Anyway, so that's a great one. And let's see, we talked about AP mastering. Reflex Acoustics, this is a free release thing. I'm going to talk about it one more time. But this is something that it does something with amplitude and brings out some detail and clarity and stuff. It does something that's reminiscent of tape emulations. And when I did give up on tape, sounding tape emulations, when I did give up on finding a free one until I found Air Windows 2 Tape 8, 2 Tape 8 by Air Windows mixed with the Tape Hack by Air Windows. Then I sound like, it sounds 70s rock to me, bro. But yeah, when I was giving up on tape emulations, this is the one I came to and was like, oh, okay, this is a good replacement for that. It is not tape emulation, and I'm not sure exactly what it does, but it's great. It adds a few LUFs or whatever, perceived loudness. It adds a little perceived loudness. It has a little flow to it. And yeah, anyway, I like it. Try it out. And another saturation that's not distortion or harmonic distortion related that I suggest you get, because it mixes with stuff that does add distortion, harmonic distortion and stuff. Where is it? Coda Labs, the Saskatchewan saturator. It uses amplitude and instead of harmonic distortion. And guys, it's insane. It's good at sound design when you want it. A rhythmic sound design, and you can make it sound like it's some kind of analog thing. Anyway, yeah, Stank, Groove, Filth, Boom. It's got a bunch. This is one of the most unique sounding saturation plugins I've ever heard, and it's free. It's great. Grab it because it's great to mix with other saturation, distortion, and overdrive sounds without causing aliasing or just extra high end. Great stuff. And so let's go. Orchestral tools, the Sound Player. So this definitely sounds better, in my opinion, than the BBC. Whatever, even the new one or whatever. There's like 2, but the Berlin Free Orchestra is still the GOAT as far as free orchestra sounds. It has insane articulations. Like, I'll show you right here, the violins. You got 4 different articulations: tremolo, sustains, spiccato, pizzicato. Freaking love it. Yeah, this thing, I haven't found no free orchestra that you can get off enough finesse and articulation. Yeah, like the Sound Player and Berlin Free Orchestra is the way to go. Like I said, and it feels better with my cheap little MIDI player, right? It just feels better, like when I let go of the note and everything. It just sounds nice. So yeah, the Berlin Free Orchestra, definitely better than the BBC. I got the Kontakt play. Well, okay, did I talk about the Well, yeah, I didn't do it. There's stuff in the Kontakt player that are just totally worth having for real. Because there's just so much. There's a bunch of drum sounds. There's like there's a reggae drum set in this that I really like. It sounds phenomenal, actually. And there's the Ethereal Earth and the choir. This Jacob choir, crowd choir thing is great. But yeah. So sound types. Yeah, drums. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much. There's just so freaking much that you can grab and use in the Kontakt player. You got to have the Kontakt player. I got Kontakt 8, and I think I did have Kontakt 7 for some reason. Was it? But anyway, I kept Kontakt player 8 with everything that comes with that and a few other things that doesn't. Yeah, so let's see. Done talked about all those, so let's look at some other things. The Tokyo Dawn stuff, you know. I got the Nova, I got the Montauk, I got the Katonikov, I got the Variety of Sound stuff. The Variety of Sound guy did the TDR EQs, like the British, the Soviet saturation that's in those EQs. So I don't really have those anymore because I wasn't using them. but I still use the TDR Nova because it looks good and it sounds good. I love the Kotelnikov and the Molotov. The Molotov, I wish I had the paid version, the GE version of that, because, well, it thickens up the low mids in such a particular way. And see how this looks like, if you're in the guitar, this looks like a Green Russian muff type thing, like Green Russian muff. The characteristic that it adds to this is like the Green Russian compressor. Okay? That's what this is. The Green Russian compressor. Freaking dope. Anyway, grab that one because how it saturates the low mids sounds amazing. And the reason I wanted the GE version is because there's a mid frequency in there and there's some other stuff where you can really pinpoint where it's saturating and giving it character, right? So I might grab that one when I can. Definitely grab that free version because where it saturates in the low mids is I just love. Let's see. Any other things I want to talk about? Especially, yeah, let's leave it there because, yeah, because that's everything. That's just about, you see, as you can see here, I got the Valhalla Supermassive. Like I said, it's really good. And I got the Universal Audio FET compressor because, well, it sounds phenomenal. It does. And, I think Universal Audio, I'm agree with people that say Universal Audio has a sound. I agree. But I also agree that it sounds great in a lot of situations. You can use shift. You can use shift right here. Shift, hold down shift and click and you can do the all four button thing. Anyway, yeah, you could get a Universal Audio Fender amp and another compressor and an EQ and stuff. I definitely suggest if you don't have any kind of FET compression that you paid for, or like 1176 that you pay for, if you don't have a paid for version of the 1176, this is the free one to get. I really like the FET Snap thing from Analog Obsession, like the Fetish compressor, but this has a sound that I haven't heard really much elsewhere. I really, really like it, and people who have the analog version of this think that the Universal Audio did a really good job with the 1176. And I'm going to just agree with it. I really like this plugin. So, but you don't really have to grab it. You can grab another free one. I'm sure you can be able to grab that one free whenever. So I'll definitely talk about that one. The Press Play Wave Breaker. Let's see. Oh, can't do it. Hold on. We're about to pull it back up, guys. The Wave Breaker is my favorite look-ahead brick wall limiter. And I only can get it to work at the very end. And I'm gonna try to get it to. That's bugging me. That's like the third time that I've tried to use the Wave Breaker just to show somebody and it collapse. When I actually tried to use it, it was working. So that's strange. Let's see. Let's go. Let's try to put it right here. Let's see what this does. Let's do Wave Breaker, Press Play, Wave Breaker. Still. So maybe not the Wave Breaker. Maybe not get the Wave Breaker. Because it keeps crashing my system. And I've used a whole bunch of different stuff all the time. And none of them do it regularly as the Wave Breaker. So never mind on that. Even though it's the best look ahead true brick wall limiter that's free, it's the only one that I like. And I've tried a few, guys. And apparently it's not working for me. Let's see if I can get it up. I'm gonna get it to work now. Sorry, I'm being long-winded, but anyway, I just wanted to talk about all this because I'm in the middle of making songs and I need to put out videos, guys. Crap, Wavebreaker. I'm gonna do a whole video on Wavebreaker and why that pisses me off. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, yeah, let's just leave it right there. Guys, as a broke artist, as someone who went through 300 plugins and deleted a whole bunch, and those are the ones I like. And if you have suggestions, if you have favorites, please stick them down in the comments. If you somehow made it through this video to listen to me right now, I really appreciate it. You're a trooper. Thanks for putting up with me while I'm trying to figure this whole YouTube channel thing out. Later.